Well, clearly the issue of migration is one of the great issues of our time. And the Secretary General at the time, Kofi Annan, was very anxious to develop through the high-level dialogue that was taking place in the General Assembly some response. There were, I suppose, two constituencies at either extreme. One which had a view that this was a matter solely for national sovereignty and was not something that should be taken into the ambit of the UN at all. And there was another view that this was something which should very definitely be part of the UN. It was necessary to get a cohesive response from the global political community, and therefore to try to find a mechanism which allowed for intergovernmental dialogue and didn't create such difficulties along either of the extremes that I've talked about to stop the dialogue taking place, because there's no point in having a dialogue when only one side is present. And a very carefully balanced schema was proposed, which is the Global Forum on Migration and Development, linking development with migration, and working through the connections with the UN that are provided not merely by the support structures which come from within the UN, but my involvement and the continued involvement of the Secretary General and Mr. Annan's successor, which has given a legitimacy to the whole process. And I think that what we've achieved is an intergovernmental dialogue which has brought everybody in. Initially, there were a couple of countries who didn't wish to participate. The most notable of these was the United States. It's now involved in a way that it wasn't before, since the change of administration. And virtually the whole global community is involved. It was to be an intergovernmental communication at practical level to find solutions to the problems for development and the opportunities for development provided by migration. And that's what we've been trying to do. It's very difficult because it's done without an organization and relying basically on host countries at considerable expense, this year being Greece, helping us. And a number of other countries have provided finance and also a foundation. The MacArthur Foundation in particular has been helpful to us. But it has not been easy. And I think it has been remarkably successful, having regard to the lack of permanent, substantive infrastructure.